Hey y'all, it's Cammie, a super fly girl from a little big world, also known as the 919. I know you're wondering, Cammie, what are we talking about? And just how did we get here? Well, let me tell you. Pen and Paper Podcast is bringing you all the feels of a little bit of everything for a whole lot of somebodies just like you. I'm bringing to you real conversations, transparency, and a whole lot of love. This is for my dreamers, believers, and for sure, my debaters. So let's dive in together as we touch on topics of family, friendships, relationships, both inward and out. Come on. Love, music, beauty, and did I mention finances? Oh yeah, we're taking it there. Pen and Paper Podcast is what I like to call your one podcast fits all. Yes. And I can't wait to explore with all of my ladies and my fellas to get just the right perspective and a whole lot of laughs, of course. So sit back, relax, and let's put this pen to the paper, y'all.
Welcome back to episode 6 of Pen and Paper Podcast. I know it's been a while, but as promised, I always want to give a little bit of everything for a whole lot of somebodies, just like you. If you are a festival fan, then I'm sure that you have heard of the Dreamville Festival. Just a week ago, that is April 2nd and 3rd, a citywide family reunion took place as many people gathered from all across the state, and they would consider this one of the best festivals put on by the GOAT himself, J.Cole, and the Dreamville team. I could go on about all that went down, but today I want to highlight 2 businesses that showed up and out at the 2022 Dreamville Festival. Why, you may ask? Because what is a festival without good food and looking and feeling your best? So first, I want to introduce my first guest. We have Jolly's Catering, and this is Jolly's Catering, an event known for their statement, "Will make you smile." They have completely changed the game as they are serving everything: burgers, sausages, and hot dogs, sandwiches, seafood, and chicken wings. And they have today representing them Mr. James himself, Mr. James Shufford. How are you doing today, James?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. And last but certainly not least, we have Hairoin Beauty with the founder and CEO, Deja Williams. And what's Hairoin, you asked? It is a cruelty-free and highly addictive hair care system derived from organic formulas, often used to create luxurious hair. Deja says that she wanted to create a product that was simple, but also something that actually works. How are you, Deja? It's good to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. A pleasure.
Absolutely. So, y'all, I want to start off with a quote, and it's from J.Cole himself, and it says that we got dreams and we got the right to chase them. So I want to just jump right into the conversation. How did you first hear about the Dreamville Festival? So I'll start off with you, James, because I know you kind of worked with the first festival originally. So how did you first hear about the Dreamville Festival?
Well, I first heard about it over the radio. It started being advertised in ticket sales and the internet. So there was a big buzz about something that large coming to Raleigh. So I wasn't born here, but I've been raised here. I've been here since 84. So I'm a Raleigh dude. So something of that magnitude with superstars behind it, the world just got out.
Absolutely. I love it. And what about you, Deja? How did you hear about the Dreamville Festival?
I heard about the festival. The first year that it happened, my cousins went to the Dreamville Festival, and they just told me about it's like some of the other festivals that are out there,
right.
And they enjoy. And then I just was like, oh, that's cool. So that's how I got to find out about it.
Absolutely. I love it. And so guys, I want you to kind of give a background of when did your business, begin, and sort of how did you decide that it was something that the festival needed? So we'll start off with you, Deja. With your business being a hair company, how did you decide, okay, this is something that I need to take to the Dreamville Festival?
Well, actually, I work as a hairstylist.
Absolutely.
I actually launched my hair product line in 2020. During COVID, and every year during homecoming, I usually do something like a beauty event during homecoming. And in 2018, after my event, me and my friends were talking about Dreamville, and then someone ended up reaching out to me about doing something like that for the 2018 Dreamville Festival, but it got canceled. So when the 2020, what were we in 2022? When this festival came back around this year, they I circled back with them, the people who reached out to me initially, and asked them like, hey, okay, I know I do hair, y'all, want me to do hair, but I have a hair product line that I want to start promoting. Like, would y'all, be interested in having me? And they were like, yeah. So tell me what you want to do. So I literally just told them what I wanted to do, and they were like, yeah, we want you. And initially they were like, oh, we're going to have you here. But then after a few weeks, they hit me back and was like, oh, no, we want to put you in VIP. Wow. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I love that. And what about you, James? When did your business begin, and how did you decide, okay, this is something that Dreamville Fest needs?
Well, I've been catering since I've been cooking since about 2008.
Wow.
I used to cook outside the strip club, wings and fish. Right
I love
it. The strip club. Yeah, so that's kind of how I started. I went to prison for a little while, and when I came home, I started Jolly's Catering and Events.
Wow.
So I came home in 2013, 2014 we started, and it's just been a rocket ever since. While I felt like Dreamville needed me, I'm from here. I represent the city well, and we got the best wings around, baby. So yeah, people needed that.
Absolutely. I love that. And that's so true. The food is amazing, y'all. So I want to get into, in your opinion, how would you compare the first festival in 2019 to the recent one that we just had about a week ago? So anybody can kind of feedback on this. I know, James, you were there at the first festival, and Deja, you said that you heard people that went there. So what is your outlook on the previous festival to this one this year?
Well, first of all, the first Dreamville was only one day.
Yeah.
So, to have a 2-day event of that magnitude, it changed the whole game. Everything doubled up, tripled up. I was a little bit more prepared because the first time it was the biggest thing that I had ever done.
Wow.
At that time. So, nobody really knew what was going to happen. There were a lot of hiccups in the game. There was a real bad storm the day before. So the soil, the ground was real soft, and the park didn't want vehicles there. So it was a real big ordeal. This time it was a little bit smoother. There was still a storm the day before.
Mm-hmm.
So we still had a few of those obstacles, but it went a little bit smoother this time. And like I said, it was a 2-day event, but we were ready, man. We were ready. We were ready to serve the people. We expanded our menu a little bit more. We reduced our menu because there's so many people, and we try to reduce the waiting time. People want to get to having fun and everything. So, a few our Big Mama wraps and stuff like that we didn't have there. But y'all can catch them out here in the street when y'all come chase the taste.
Oh yeah.
Got that. But yeah, we had a limited menu, but everything worked out well. We really enjoyed ourselves. We made a little paper, so yeah, everything was good.
All right, and let's get to you, Deja. How could you compare to hearing about it to actually being a part of the festival? What do you think is a difference, or how would you compare the two?
Festival, they said there wasn't a lot of things to do or happenings at the first festival. it's just kind of like you were there. They had like the props where you could take pictures, but like actually engaging with other businesses or having sponsors or vendors, they didn't really have a lot outside of food. So that was one thing I heard about as far as the first Dreamville. So this one, I think it was a lot better, even though I didn't attend the first one.
Absolutely.
Because there was interaction. So it allowed people to interact with different businesses and learn about people's products and services.
Absolutely. And so what would you say that, how did that make you feel, Deja? So, being that, it was your first time being there and you got that one-on-one interaction with the fans and the festival goers, how did that make you feel?
It made me feel really good because
Absolutely.
My product is Hairoin, and it's like fun, festive, so I was able to engage with like fans and they were able to take pictures.
Yeah.
I was able to like tell them about their hair, give them hair tips, and I think they appreciated it. Like, and it wasn't just like people from like of African American race, but it was like
Absolutely.
white people, black people, it was all kinds of people, and I was able to talk to them like young kids, older people. It was just really cool.
Absolutely. And James, how did it make you feel, just being, cooking and kind of giving people what they want? So how did that overall make you feel? What was that experience like?
Yeah, just like you said earlier, we like to make them smile. So,
Yeah.
it really made me feel good that my crew was prepared. We were prepared. And we served the people. Everybody seemed really pleased with what we had going on. And it's just a big thing to be exposed to so many people at one time.
Yes.
And get a positive response. So it was a great experience for us.
Absolutely. And I love that you guys both had great experiences. I know for me, kind of working in the background, I was able to kind of work within the merch store, the pop-up shop, and, interact with people as well. But then I got to also, meet a lot of people in the catering area. So I got an opportunity to meet a lot of the production team. So it was a really good experience for me as well. So as a business owner, how can you say Dreamville has benefited your business? Being that it was a week ago, I know, James, you mentioned about the finances, but what other ways has the festival benefited your business?
Besides the finances, it's the exposure, being exposed to thousands and thousands and thousands of people at one time, and getting your brand out there, getting your name out there. News has called me. I've been on two news stations already.
Wow.
Podcasts today. Jobs have opening up. The phone's been ringing. I've been answering emails. Social media responses spiked, and we've done well with that. So, yeah, everything was cool. Dreamville gave me the opportunity. Like, I had some people that find me the next day from Los Angeles.
Wow.
Just to get something to eat because they couldn't reach the trailer at Dreamville. So they Googled my location, and found me and came and got something to eat before they went back over to the West Coast. That type of stuff is big for me.
Yes.
I really appreciate it. And that's just how, especially when you do it well, that's just how that's how businesses last forever. I'll be in someone's mind for the rest of their life because I was part of that Dreamville experience. So I'm real proud of that.
Absolutely. And what about you, Deja? You're on a different spectrum, but hair we know is like a worldwide thing. So how did it impact your business?
Well, as you know, like I was a guest of Dreamville,
Yes.
so I wasn't there to profit. So I couldn't sell products or anything I did there. I wasn't there for profit.
Absolutely.
So I will say that after on Sunday, when I looked at my website, the analytics, I did have 27% increase in traffic alone, just from being out there. Also, like I made so many connections with so many people. There was a lady who worked for a particular retailer that wanted to meet with me. I actually get to meet with her next week. And she was just really impressed with like packaging and like my slogan and how I was like promoting my business. I definitely feel like I made new clients while I was there. I exchanged numbers with people and they're like, "Oh, you're so personable." And I'm like, "Yeah, like why wouldn't I be?" So I'm glad I was able to make those connections with people.
Absolutely. And I think that it's awesome that you guys were able to make, those really good connections. And I think it's really dope when you can do that. And I as well, like I had some cards on me and I'm like, look, this is Pen and Paper Podcast. Like y'all gonna hear about it. You're gonna see it. Like I may need you on an episode. So I think it's really dope that you can, meet people that can make, lifelong connections. So what impact do you guys believe that this festival has on the city of Raleigh? So, even if you're not a native from here, James, how do you feel like it's impacted Raleigh? Do you think this is like, a temporary thing, or this will, get more traffic with people? What do you think about that?
When I think about it, I think it's just like we're not a country no more.
Yeah.
Like, back in the day, North Carolina was the country. Like I was born in New York, down south, as they say.
Oh yeah.
And it's the country. Like I remember when a lot of these roads and stuff. I remember we didn't have a Martin Luther King Boulevard in Raleigh. I remember a lot of stuff that, it just shows. Dreamville just shows the growth of the area.
Absolutely.
To the world. To the world, and it shows that Raleigh has the ability to host something of that magnitude and pull it off successfully. And we need to be proud, and J.Cole need to be proud that black people did that.
Yeah.
Someone black brought that here, and that it means a lot. It means a lot.
Absolutely. What about you, Deja? How do you feel like it's impacted Raleigh as a whole? Like, how do you feel about that?
I think it's impacted Raleigh as a whole from a whole lot of different standpoints, even for creatives. Like the whole weekend, they had different events going on. So if you were in the music industry, you got an opportunity to like have little events, like maybe not in the festival, but around the festival in Raleigh, or even down to people who are not into music, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers. They made so much money this weekend. Hotels, boutique hotels, Airbnbs. It gave the city of Raleigh the opportunity to just increase their revenue in general. And I think that's great because I have friends who drive Uber and Lyft, and I have friends who are in the music industry, or I have friends who want to make beats, or like you with their podcast. So it gave us the opportunity to have a new outlet and outreach to like expand our businesses or whatever we're trying to do.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad that you mentioned that, Deja, because it almost made it seem like if you didn't use that opportunity to like meet somebody, connect with somebody, it was your fault because there were so many revenue, you know what I'm saying? There were so many things, and it made me, so just happy that the festival only can get better. You know what I'm saying? From the, like James, like you mentioned with the first year, like it was, growing and everybody was still kind of learning, but now it was amazing. So I love that you made that point. So guys, in the coming months, how do you plan to prepare for the next year's festival? Will you be working, or will you simply just be a festival attendee? So we'll start off with you, Deja. How do you feel about that?
I definitely want to go back to Dreamville next year, and I want to go back as like however they bring me back. I don't want to just attend because by me being there, I was able to experience Dreamville, but actually also work and promote as well. So I do look forward to like coming back. If they will have me back, I definitely would want to come back. And some of the things, like I know you came to the tent like both days, right?
Yes.
So the first day was like chill, I'm trying to get a feel for Dreamville, but like second day we were lit. At the photo booth, we were definitely engaging more and talking to more people. And I think, if they, like I said, if they have me back, like I have a more opportunity to have like more merch, because I was giving out merch, but I want to be able to give out more stuff, and over time to have bigger bags and, more cooler things.
Yeah, I totally agree. Mm-hmm. All right, James, what about you? Because you've been here since the initial one. So are you going to be working again? Are you bringing Jollies back, or are you just going to be a festival attendee? I already know you're with your face, and I can already tell.
You already know what I'm trying. I'm trying to be at Dreamville every year.
Yes.
I do it twice. I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to be there.
Yep, absolutely.
I just want to be a part of the experience for the city, You know, I love it here. I've had the opportunity to live anywhere, but I'm not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? This is home for me. So I want to be a part of everything big that's going on around here. And how I'm going to prepare for next year is, um, I'm going to expand. I'm going to expand
Yes.
my business, and I'm going to be ready for whatever J. Cole and them got in store for next year. I'm gonna be ready to service it.
Absolutely. And I think one thing to mention is like, I think that you can sort of tell whether you meet the director of a festival or anything, you can tell that the atmosphere reflects from the top. So I feel like it was just good vibes. It was good people, you know, great business, great food, great connection. So it just shows that overall the Dreamville team, you know, did what they had to do to make it happen. So guys, if there was one positive thing that you could share with J. Cole and the Dreamville team regarding the festival, what would that be? So I'll start off with you, James. What would you say to them if, you know, you could tell them one thing about the festival?
I would tell them they did a great job. I would
Absolutely.
tell them thank you. I would tell them thank you. That would probably be first of all. Thank you for um, allowing my business to go, to be there. I would also tell them thank you, for selecting me out of the 40 trucks that were there to service their VIP section. I
Absolutely.
would thank them for that as well, because like we didn't even know we were doing it until we got there. So, you know, we were prepared to go out there with everybody else, but they said nah. They said the committee selected you and the shrimp truck to be in the VIP area.
Wow.
So, um, you know, I'm proud of that, and I really appreciate that. And just keep doing it, man. Keep it in Raleigh. Keep doing
Oh
it.
yeah,
Y'all got the
right.
recipe. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Y'all got the recipe. Y'all got a winning recipe, and just expand off of that. That's what I would say, Sam.
Absolutely. And what about you, Deja? What is one thing that you would share with J. Cole and the Dreamville team?
Um, I think one thing I would share with them is that I like how they allowed the North Carolina artists to be able to have the larger stage. I
Yes.
think really dope of J. Cole. You know, like he wanted to give North Carolina artists the opportunity to shine, or the smaller artists.
Yeah.
Not taking away from many of the larger artists, but that's so cool
Yeah.
because people like don't always do that or don't think about like, okay, they're still trying to get to where some of these bigger artists are. So I definitely thought that was like super dope.
Yes.
So I would tell them that like that was great.
Absolutely. And I think I saw so many clips from like the Rise stage, how there were some workers that, you know, got the ability to sing and, you know, share their talent. So it was like almost, you know, it was an open door for everybody to kind of like share and connect. And that's just so awesome. So I want to move into outside of the festival. What does your company have planned in the coming months? And, you know, where can people kind of, you know, look for these things to come? So I'll start off with you, Deja. What do you have planned in the next coming months?
So hopefully, at the end of third quarter this year, I will hope to have opened my spa,
Oh yeah,
downtown Durham.
that's amazing.
So that's one of the things. And so it's gonna be the name of it's gonna be Hairoin Salon Spa. So I will be selling my products exclusively inside of my salon.
Whoop,
It will be a full
whoop.
service spa for men and women. And I just want Black girl luxury. So
Absolutely.
I want us to be able to have something nice, something sexy. I want the men to be able to come in and be able to be groomed too. They like luxury too.
Oh
So
yeah.
hopefully by the end of third quarter or beginning of fourth quarter, I'll have that my spot open.
All right, y'all heard it. We're on the lookout for that, Deja. I believe you're gonna make it happen. It's gonna be good. All right,
Yeah.
James. So, what does Jolly have in the coming months? What can the people expect from the catering and events company that you are bringing to the city and all around? What can we expect?
Well, this year we're expanding.
Oh yeah.
I'm getting some more vehicles. I'm getting some more trucks. I'm getting some more vehicles. We got a dessert truck coming. So that's gonna be exciting.
Oh
Exciting
yeah.
new thing for me. We got another truck, another savory truck coming. We're gonna be all over the surrounding areas and beyond this year. Um, the calendar is looking like we're booked up to about October. So,
That's
but if
amazing.
you we'll make space. If we can make space, we will. So y'all don't stop calling, don't stop emailing. Go ahead and book us as soon as possible if you need us. But yeah, man, we full steam ahead.
I love that.
Y'all just check us out on all our social medias. Call me, and chase the taste.
All right.
We going.
I love it. I love it. I love that. And I'm so glad that you guys are, pushing forward. You didn't stop at just this one thing and say, okay, I've got enough exposure. This is it. I'm going to stop. But you guys are expanding your business, and this is what it's all about. So guys, as we come, to a close on the show, I always like to open it up for a piece of advice, for festival attendees, for listeners, for people that are starting up their own business. What is one piece of advice that you would give people? So Deja, we'll start off with you. What is a piece of advice that you would give to the people?
To treat the janitor with the same respect as you would the CEO.
Okay.
And people, my friends get on me all the time. They're like, you're always talking to everybody.
Yeah.
You're always, and I'm like, I'm going to talk, because you just don't never know who you're talking to.
Absolutely.
Or you don't never know who you're meeting. And I think a lot of times we're so apprehensive about making conversation with people because we are thinking like, oh, they might think this or they might think that. But if you're just being yourself and talking to people, it opens the doors for a lot more opportunities.
I love that, Deja. I love that. And staying humble will always take you further. So I love that you mentioned it. All right, James, what is your piece of advice? This can be for either the festival attendees, some listeners, some business owners. What would it be a piece of advice for them?
Formulate the plan and execute the plan.
I love that.
That's it. Don't let things get in your way. Don't let people get in your way. Don't let opinions get in your way. You form a plan in your mind and you execute it. That's it.
Absolutely.
Nothing in between.
I love that. All right, guys. And I'll always like to share a piece of advice on my end. And it would just to keep dreaming. I don't think that there's a dream too small or too big to accomplish. I know that for me, I'm a faith walker. I'm a faith talker. So if you just trust, in God, he can execute the plan. All he wants us to, to just be the visionary to kind of, say what we want, and he can make it happen. So y'all, I thank y'all for, joining on the show. If you guys please give the people where they can find you. So your social medias, where they can follow you and follow your journey. So we'll start off with you, James. Where can the people find you on your social media platforms?
You can find me on Facebook at Jolly's Catering and Events. You can find me on Instagram at Jolly's Catering 919, but something going on my Instagram. They said I was 13 or something, so I'm going through that. I got an age verification, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can reach me over there, or you can call me direct, 919-815-6594. You can touch me right there, chase the taste. I'm all over the city and beyond. You know what I'm saying? Come see me. I'm out here.
Absolutely. And Deja, where can the people find you on social media? Where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Hairoin Beauty, and that's HAIROIN BEAUTY, and it's the same for Facebook.
Absolutely, guys. You heard it here. And stay tuned, y'all, for more episodes. You know where to find me. It's Pen and Paper Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And y'all, I'm just excited for more guests and more things to kind of set off the season 2. Thank y'all for listening. All right, y'all, we're out.